Thank you to the chair, Senator Flexer and Representative Blumenthal, and the members of the committee. My name is Lori Henson, and I am a policy manager with Rebuild Local News. We are the leading nonpartisan nonprofit coalition representing 3,000 newsrooms and 15,000 journalists. We develop and promote effective public policies designed to strengthen community news. And in that role, I ask you to advance HB 5343, which requires government agencies to publicly report how they spend their advertising budgets, which we believe would benefit community news outlets and the public alike. This bill adds transparency and accountability to an otherwise opaque process of advertising procurement. It sounds obvious that the public would be able to track the specific media companies where public ad dollars are spent, but in Connecticut and nearly every other state in the nation, this information can be hard to find with existing tools such as the Freedom of Information Act, state procurement databases, and even individual marketing contracts. Marketing agencies often decide where to spend public ad dollars out of the public eye and outside the public record. Similar ad transparency bills have been enacted recently in Minnesota, Illinois, and California. In Minnesota, the first state to report its ad data, we found that agencies are spending on average less than 30% of their budgets advertising in community news outlets, with the rest likely going to various out-of-state national media or big tech platforms. Under the current unclear system of ad placement, we believe Connecticut taxpayer dollars are disproportionately leaving the state for Silicon Valley. But without transparency, we have no good way to know how much. This information is critical at this specific moment as local news outlets across the state struggle to provide communities with essential information against increasingly tight revenue projections. A study we conducted last year with Muckrack found that Connecticut ranks in the bottom third of states in the number of journalists per capita. Another study found that between 2013 and 2023, Connecticut lost 65% of its journalists, more than 1,800 jobs. This is not just a crisis for local news organizations, but for the communities they serve. Communities without a local news source face higher borrowing costs, lower voter turnout, fewer choices of candidates on the ballot, more political polarization, more government waste and corruption, and more corporate crime. Local news benefits communities in countless ways, but it's difficult for local news to compete for advertising without transparency. Without this data, government agencies are also at a disadvantage because the option to buy local is out of their hands. Where government agencies have prioritized local news advertising, the results are astonishing. New York City sets aside half its city's budget to advertising community and ethnic news outlets, and that's directed more than $72 million to local news since 2020. Small publishers there have been able to add staff and improve news coverage with additional revenue. Knowing what resources are available and where they are spent is an important first step to making local news more competitive in the advertising marketplace. I urge the committee to advance this bill. Thank you.